Hey guys, welcome back to another weird Let's Watch thingy podcast.
Hello.
We're going to be watching Chapter 2 of Volume 5,
Dread in the air.
Dread in the Air. So get your video player up, and again, it is on go, so it would be 3, 2, 1, go, and then we all hit play.
Yes. And again, I have, I hope you enjoyed the last weird podcast thing. If you watched it, I would assume so.
It's a very new, weird thing that we're doing, and you know what? If we're going to put this one up, then we might as well just see this through.
Why not? Even if no one watches it, it's there just to have it.
It'll be there for us, I guess.
Exactly. And once again, I have seen the episode before, because I have a first membership because I really want to see them like the day they come out. Nathan has not seen it, and it only has like barely even mild spoilers for me because I tried to be vague about it on Twitter.
I wouldn't even say I've been spoiled at all, but we'll see what this
the thing that happened.
that happened, and we'll see what this thing that happened is and why it bothered you so.
Well, yeah, I'll explain it after the episode because otherwise I'm just going to rant about it during the episode. So I'll wait until after. But anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone get on your marks. Yeah, I'll do the countdown. So 3.
Press play on go.
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know what it is, but I'm surprised by the fact that I actually really do like this intro, or at least the song, maybe.
I think it's a pretty strong intro.
Yeah. A lot of people really didn't like the Volume 4 intro as much as the others. Then again, there were like 2 things that were even could be considered strong about that volume, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh boy. There's so many things going on in this show that I really hope they manage to pull this together.
I really do. And even though the last episode was so bad with them trying to like connect the storylines.
Well, but I still can't get over that we sat through that entire show, that entire volume of them going through these adventures through the woods, when at the very end of it all, I know we talked about this before, but I need to make this a very sharp point that they could have used all sorts of manner of transportation to get to their destination.
Oscar took a train, I think, on the last like 1 or 2 episodes, and that was how he got there.
It's ridiculous. Ready to smash? Oh, I shouldn't have said that after he just... Ugh.
Do you have a new ship, Nathan?
No, but I don't like how I don't like him! He seductively shut the door and then he did the weird smile under his mustache.
Now he's taking him somewhere private.
Yeah. He looks like the kind of guy who would use a whip.
You're not wrong.
He's a whip guy.
Hey, fun fact, did you know that I hope I'm not wrong here, but the person who plays Cinderfall is like a famous cosplayer?
I didn't know that.
Did or didn't?
I didn't.
Ah, yeah. Jessica Negri, I believe.
Wait a minute. I thought she couldn't speak.
You just interrupted him saying, "Oh, you've recovered."
Oh. Oh.
The creepy sound effects are good.
Yeah?
It's like with the knuckleave, or however you pronounce it. The
I don't get why she had to do that whole threatening thing to him.
I don't either.
It's like, oh, she's scary. But all of that was pointless.
They're just trying to show the audience that for no reason.
I know.
They do a bad job, but you have to admit that Sam's voice actor is really good.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the voice acting in this is pretty spot on. I know that a lot of people have some beef with RWBY's voice actress and a few of the others.
How so?
Yeah, they say that her voice can be a little grating, especially in Blaze Blue that she's being featured in. Like when you use her and you just hear all the same voice clips over and over.
It's really interesting about Lindsay Jones, who plays RWBY, because her natural voice is much, much lower.
Mm.
Like, it's so much different from RWBY herself. Like, the other main girls, they're pretty similar, and
Yeah.
Yang is exactly the same. Also, these are cool and Avatar-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Blue People movie. Note that I mean.
Yeah. Blue People movie.
You know what I mean, though.
I know what you mean.
Like, it's a weird description, but you get it.
I get it.
Weiss's face looked really weird in that last frame. Like, her mouth was, like, really weird.
Oh, no.
No shit.
Sorry. I just thought that the bug itself blew up, that it was the explosive.
You know, that would have actually worked well if they'd made them like Wasp, Firefly, Grim.
Yeah.
Something about the pilot's animation just is off to me. I don't know what.
Yeah, they probably didn't spend too much time to make him look good since he's, so far, I imagine, a pretty minor character.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what he might turn into, but
yeah.
Especially with their tendency to add useless new characters that could probably have been subbed for other ones you already have and aren't well developed.
Mm-hmm. Gotta keep it fresh.
This isn't Splatoon. It's from the trailer, get it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm also gonna not sing at this following song, even though I'm gonna really want to. Which is also no, it's not from the trailer. It's from one of the Volume 4 soundtrack pieces. I don't like that those noises sounded less like battle noises and more sensual. I don't like it. They
It's
did.
mm,
No shit.
well, yeah. Hold
What
on.
would
Obviously,
non-literally be?
I don't. In this situation, I don't think they'd be taking it any other way. Oh, they're working as a team and warming up to each other. That was well animated. That is some luck right there.
Yeah. Like, how the fuck did you not get hit in there?
And that those rocks were perfectly placed to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this is reminding me of, like, I think Jak and Daxter 2.
I don't know what that is.
It's okay. It's a PS2 game.
All right.
A classic platformer by Naughty Dog.
Mm.
But it had monsters in the game called Metalheads, and that thing reminds me of them.
Mm. See, I don't know how I feel about the fact that they just don't really explain Grimm properly, or like what exactly, how many Grimm there are, like anything like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, here's a Grimm with this design now, and there's another Grimm. They don't really have like an encyclopedia or something like that for them. You know, it's like they're not very well studied.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of can't be, but like, still.
Well,
If she knew it's a queen, like, oh, I want to sing, I won't.
Here we go.
Also, well, it's not really from the trailer, but
Oh, didn't she fight that thing?
yeah, exactly. That's what her semblance is. She can, I mean, she has to have more control over it, but basically she can summon things that she's already defeated in the past.
Okay. That's
that fight
pretty
that
kick-ass.
That she fought that thing is also where she got her scar. Because her father's a dickwad who let his daughter get hurt over some training. Oh well.
Oh, good.
Yup.
Good.
Of course, and then it's destroyed.
Well, we couldn't let this end all happy.
Oh no.
They have to be in a dire situation.
Cool use of gravity.
There you go.
There was also foreshadowing to that, because the crystals on the islands were specifically gravity dust crystals, and they said that too. It's the leader of the White Fang.
She's got a good design.
She's a tiger faunus. I love her design. Her name is Sienna Khan. She's based off of Shere Khan. I hate his hair.
It's really dumb the more you look at it.
Because that isn't shading. It's just legitimately brown.
How did he get that far?
Ears.
Making the humans fear you is not the same as respect. Well, at least there's differences there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Mm. Boy, you're gonna get your ass slapped. Hmm. Whoa, 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 hold on now. Hold on, though.
Mm?
You just give us a fantastic looking character that's really interesting.
Yeah. I'll rant about it later. Nathan,
What?
this is what filled me with seething rage.
These dumb motherfuckers. They better bring her back somehow.
She's dead. They aren't gonna Ozpin her. They aren't gonna Ozpin every character.
You're right, though. They're not going to bring her back. They shouldn't. Fucker. I spat on my screen.
That's acceptable. Especially with Adam.
Mm-hmm. That is disappointing.
Honey?
Oh.
So there we go.
Well, okay, yeah. I see why you went into a rage.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, do you want to say why you're angry about it, and then I'll go? Because I'm gonna say it.
Well, I'm basically repeating myself, but they just introduced this really fascinating character, the leader of the White Fang, that we've known about the White Fang for a really long time already, but we didn't know what the leader looked like or what they were all about. Now we do, and I've never really grown an affection towards a character so quickly before, just by their design alone.
Same.
And then they just fucking kill her. Within how many minutes was that scene? Like 2, 3?
Less than 5.
Less than 5. Yeah. Jesus Christ. So, I mean, they better not bring her back after doing that. Like, commit to that decision in your story. But
it was a stupid decision.
At the same time, I feel like there was some really big missed opportunities to get us to really like that character and then make her death way more significant if you're going to kill her off.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to go why I hated it, because I was afraid that you would not feel the same, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to make an argument here. I am angry about it still. But, okay, 2 main reasons. But one, you honestly, if you're just going to, bring her in for that, and that's it, why even have her as a character? What point did that serve? Okay, Adam's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that.
Yes.
Adam is powerful. We knew that.
Yes.
Literally, Adam is popular within the White Fang. He likes him.
We learned nothing new.
We learned nothing new. The only thing that we might have known is, that Hazel, afterwards he says, no one needed to die today. And he's been mentioned before that he worked with Osmond in the past. So unless we were, gripping up for a Hazel redemption arc, but even then, I feel like it could have been put somewhere else. That scene, as far as, the whole plot, that didn't really show us much anything else new. If they had just made Adam the leader of the White Fang in the beginning, what would that have changed the story?
Right, yeah, exactly. The point of him taking the throne was just... That scene was unnecessary. Bringing in a character, that could have just been something done in the background, really.
Exactly, it could have. Okay, and secondly, here's my other big argument. RWBY writers, I don't know who, Monty, Miles and Gary, Rooster Teeth in general, whoever's in charge of it, have always, their allegory for, Faunus is an allegory for racism. They've had the subtlety of a freight train with it from the beginning. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
They have. So they've put the Faunus up to be an allegory for, I mean, there are probably other examples, but mainly African Americans in the US. Definitely a big one. And they make them up to be the minority, the ones who are oppressed, the ones who are still basically nearly working for slave-like conditions under the Schnee family in the dust mines. That's the fucking subtlety of a freight train. So they've geared them up to be these oppressed individuals and an allegory for such. And then the entire time they've made them out to, oh well, they're not terrible, they're just misunderstood or whatever. And then they bring in the White Fang and they bring in Adam, who are absolutely fucking terrible people who kill people, who want people dead, and Adam is just an abusive asshole towards everything. And then this episode, even more so, they're honestly making Adam into a fucking Hitler allegory with what he's doing. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, that's up there. He's wanting to enslave what he thinks is a lesser species.
Exactly. Like, that's fucking terrible. That's pretty much exactly a fucking Hitler allegory. So they're making this, who they're trying to make out to be the oppressed ones who everyone misunderstands and misjudges. They're making him to be a Hitler allegory. Beyond that, and the fact that is really bad for several different reasons, they bring in Sienna Khan, the leader of the White Fang that we have heard about for so long, and that we've been wondering, oh, who is this? What are they? How do they feel? What is their opinion on Adam? Like, how is this? And she comes in and she basically says, like, she puts the middle ground between Adam and Blake, and it's like, it gives hope to, like, oh well, maybe they're actually going to do something. Maybe they're actually going to, like, purposefully show here, like, you know, not all Faunus are with Adam. Not all of them want humans dead or are that fucking terrible of people. Maybe some of them agree with Sienna. They don't want them dead or anything. They just want to be respected, and her way of doing that was through fear. And although that might not be the best way, it's an understandable way, especially with what they've been through. And then they have all of the White Fang in the room gang up on her. She says, I won't go down without a fight. And Adam just stabs her. And then she's dead, and that's over. And it's just such a stupid way. Like, you bring out this little hope that, okay, maybe RWBY is, you know, starting to, like, understand that what they're doing with the Faunus and this whole allegory thing is kind of shitty, and then they just kill her. They kill it within 5 minutes.
Here's what they missed out with that. And this, well, you could consider this, what I'm about to propose, to be a pretty cliche idea. I think it could have worked out pretty well in their favor, that they keep her alive and she gets to see how this motherfucker is, like, batshit insane, even more so than she might think herself to be. And then it becomes a situation of a common evil where the humans will have to work with the White Fang.
My enemy is my friend.
Yes, exactly. So the humans and the White Fang might have to team up together. Yeah. To fight against him and his tyranny, and that would neutralize
with, Salem.
Yeah, and that would help to neutralize the disposition with the Faunus and the humans.
Yeah, or they could have had her sort of, like, basically she becomes like a sort of renegade and sort of just has to run away from all this shit, and she has to decide between basically the two factions. Is it Adam and the one that Blake is now starting to bring up, is like the old White Fang who just wanted to, like, peacefully protest and say, like, hey, we're people too, don't fuck us over, you pieces of shit, and Adam, who wants to enslave everyone. And so she has to choose between them, and I mean, in that storyline, she would hypothetically probably choose Blake, and that would, like, help to support that shit and just basically make Faunus seem like, you know, not shit human beings. And like, they put her up to be on some giant pedestal, like, she is capable, she's great, she's a leader of the White Fang, and then she's taken out by one blow. She doesn't even get to fight.
Yeah.
It's so bullshit.
And I really, okay, I still think that maybe she's still alive. Maybe. I just feel like
I don't believe that.
I don't really believe it either, but if they do bring her back, like, he somehow managed to, like, miss every single vital organ in her body through that one step. I don't know. If they pull some kind of bullshit to bring her back, I'm not going to be too upset, because then maybe they'll do something with her, because she is and should be a very pivotal like plot point in this.
Not just some little thing that you just go away and doesn't have any actual real purpose, honestly.
Right. Like, as you said, she goes back to the old White Fang faction and reestablishes that and helps this movement that Blake's trying to start. Like,
even though she doesn't
because that's the thing.
Agree with it.
Yeah, but that's a thing that this show's starting. Like, she's starting something there. Here's an interesting character that could actually fit along with that little thread, you know? Yeah, they fucked up.
One thing that I actually just realized, Nathan, when you're saying that hopefully she's still alive, no matter what, I don't believe that she's alive. I hope so much that she would be, but I don't believe she is. One thing to support your claim, I just realized this. Usually, like, you know how people in RWBY have an aura?
Mm-hmm.
And that aura is supposed to protect them when they're damaged and shit, and, like, protect them until a certain point until your aura runs out, and then you're in danger. Like, Yang's aura ran out in her character short when she fought the Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like... And it's happened to RWBY before, it's happened to Crow, and they sort of like just fizzle out and sort of like this electricity sort of thing around them. It wasn't animated on Sienna.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
That might have been an oversight in animation, possibly.
It might be. I'm just saying it's one thing that I just realized.
Yeah. And that might be something. I just feel like...
Dude, I hope, but I don't
like
have expectations.
From a production standpoint, from a studio, an artistic studio, I don't think if they knew they were going to kill this character off, that they would give her a design like that. Like, this might sound really shallow, but I feel like that design was something that a lot of thought and contemplation was put into to make her really appealing to the audiences.
One of my favorite designs in the entire fucking world, and even though she was shown on the screen for like barely not even 5 minutes, she's one of my top favorite characters already. Like, dude, I love that design.
And I don't think that was an oversight for them. I don't think that was something they just kind of tossed to the wind. It's like, oh yeah, we've got some concepts here. Yeah, we'll kill her off. No, I think there was a lot of thought put into her design to make her really likable. So
yeah, devil's advocate could be that they did that in order to try to like play with the viewer's heart.
Yeah, to evoke that emotion in us, which they accomplished, and then kill her off because I guess they didn't want to take too much time really fleshing her character out and getting us to really like her. We're teased with this really neat design, this shiny thing, and then it's just dead.
Yeah. I think it just frustrates me because it was done terribly. You're trying to make it racist. Like, you're so bad with that allegory. And it didn't serve any purpose. It didn't serve any purpose because you could have just not had her in and it would have done practically nothing to the goddamn story.
Right.
And you could have eliminated so much work for you and the animators and the designers and whatever.
Now, in terms of the allegory of it being a race issue, which it is in this show, I think it gets really soured when we try to make the comparison of what they're telling and then comparing it to the real life world. Like, the show isn't blatantly saying, like, this is what it's like in the real life world. This is still just RWBY's world. So in its own isolated world, it works. But when you want to try to compare like what they're trying to say here with the real life world, it falls apart miserably.
I agree, but at the same time, it's just the fact that they basically screamed at our faces, hey, this is an allegory for racism, like from volume 1. And they've handled it with the subtlety of a freight train. And because that they've basically screamed at our faces, this is an allegory for racism, the way they're handling it is iffy at best.
Well, yeah.
Just because that they've specifically shown that this is supposed to be an allegory for that specific topic, the way that they're handling it now and the way that it's so far been is not good. It's just because of that. Like, if it was just sort of, if it was more subtle or if it wasn't quite as blatant, then I would agree. but I'm inclined to disagree just because of how obvious it is.
Well, yeah, but I guess my point still stands. Like, they can be as subtle or as obvious as they want because it's their world. They can really pretty much do whatever they want with the races in their world. It's just when we, as the viewers, want to start comparing it to the real life world, yeah, it's kind of ugly when you look at it
But
like
the
that.
thing is, like they're. It seems like they want us to, at least at the beginning, they wanted us to compare it to the real world with how
maybe
obvious they were making it.
I think
know.
maybe they encouraged it,
opinion.
but I don't think, especially at this point, I think it's just, all right, this is just something happening in their world.
I just feel they could have handled it better with how they did it.
Oh,
honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it still could have been handled better and made more, because regardless of what they're trying to tell us, the story, just this isolated story, is very ham-fisted. And it doesn't really provide any interesting angles or food for thought. It's just kind of like, this is a suppressed race, and now they want to kill the race and enslave the race that is suppressing them.
I don't know. I just think they should have done much better with it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They should have.
Mm-hmm.
They could have, especially after introducing that character, for fuck's sake.
That character would have added so much to the story, and then they just fucking killed her in one of the worst ways possible. It's like being killed by a stray bullet. Like,
yeah, kinda. It's seriously like one of those scenes that I see in action flicks or whatever, where there's just so many opportunities for the main character to just fucking die, to just get fucking killed by something completely random, like Weiss on that plane. What if a rock just flew in and fucking crushed her skull in? Just boom, dead, just dead.
And then that happened with the main character within 5 minutes. Like,
yeah, and that just happened with this character, just fucking dead.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm glad you hate it too. I'm very glad.
I don't know how I could have been a fan of that decision.
Well, I don't know if you were going to be quite as enraged as I was, but anyway, fuck. It's how I feel about that.
Fuck indeed.
At least, I mean, on a positive note, I suppose they're definitely starting to gather Team RWBY. Since Yang is gonna go after Raven, and then Weiss is now with Raven, and then RWBY and Co. might soon go after Raven because of the Spring Maiden. But then I'm fucking waiting for them to just come up with a terrible excuse for Blake and Sun to show up. I'm just waiting for it because they're just like staying in menagerie right now, and I'm just waiting. Like, what kind of bullshit are you gonna come up with to make them go there? Come on, RWBY. I'm just waiting. I don't have high expectations for this, but you know.
God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel after that episode. Just
yeah, that was my sentiment. Honestly, like, it was just like I liked it until that point.
What it told me, what I learned from that is the writers are not afraid to just introduce characters that you think might have a significant role and then just kill them. Like, now I will fear that any new character that gets introduced is just liable to die.
I think it was trying to point out that Adam is a fuckwad and should definitely be killed and isn't entirely trustworthy even towards Salem, but let's be real, we pretty much already knew that. And that characters can die. I think that's their attempt of saying, hey, characters can die, be afraid for them.
Well,
I don't know whether they succeeded, but that's what they did.
I think the more the more obvious thing that they were trying to say here, which I just kind of thought of, is they were trying to say that Adam is a very powerful motherfucker. Because that was a very kind of like exaggerated, she is on top of this throne, she has all this power, like he can't fucking touch her. He's bowing to her at the beginning of that scene, you know, he's under her. And then he just kills her. And I think that scene was supposed to be very jaw-dropping, that, oh my God, like, oh, she's just dead. He just fucking killed her. So what they're trying to say is he's very strong and he can just kind of do whatever the hell he wants. But we already kind of knew that.
Yeah.
We already knew he was very powerful.
Here's the thing, RWBY. When a bad guy is able to stab and injure and then cut off the arm of two of your main characters, I think we get the idea.
Exactly. And those scenes were very impactful because it's just, holy fuck, a limb just got cut off.
And that's the thing, like, it was by one of the main characters. It wasn't even by one of, like, the side protagonists, which is, I would consider Team Ranger and Sun, for example.
Yeah.
It wasn't even one of them. It was one of the main characters of Team RWBY. Like, fuck.
And it meant a lot, and it really got the point across that this guy can really fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
So this just reinforced that, but I don't think we necessarily needed that reinforcement, especially at the cost of a really good character. Or what could have been. I don't want to say she was a good character because we didn't get the time to see if she was.
Yeah, she showed so much promise, though.
Yes.
And her ears were fucking adorable. Like,
fantastic design, and I
loved her design.
Her design alone is giving me hope that they aren't done with her yet, but
God, I wish. I don't believe it, but God, I wish.
It'll be such a bittersweet moment if they do bring her back, because one, I will of course be very happy to see her again. Secondly, I'll be like, how dare you do this ass pull? Like that, because that'll just really muddy up the writing quality even further.
Also, what do you think, kind of off topic, but what do you think the likelihood of Penny at this point?
Again, she was an android. It is very, very...
I know, but like, what do you like, given how the story is right now, how likely do you think it is?
In terms of fitting her into the story as it's going now, I don't see any need for her. She would just be kind of an extra little Easter egg at this point if they brought her back, but I don't think they'd be able to make her a very big pivotal part of the story. But if they ever did want to bring her back, they have plenty of excuses for that.
And if they didn't come up with a good one, then we wouldn't be surprised. Let's be real.
Because I never explained this in any other recorded format, but the reason I say that they have plenty of excuses for Penny is she's an android. They could have copies of her personality, her conscience, you could say, and just plop that into a new body and done. She's back.
A very, well, somewhat likely and super tropey thing that might happen is that she comes back, but like it sort of like resets her. Like, she doesn't remember any of her experiences. Like, that's super tropey, but I could see them doing it.
Well, yeah, and that would make sense unless they backed her up right before she went on to the, the sparring ring and died. But yeah, she'll probably have some missing memories, which would make sense. Super tropey, but it would also make sense. So, yeah. Of all the characters that they could do an ass pull and bring back, Penny would be, at least for me, the most believable and excusable.
And yet they did Ozpin.
And yet they did Ozpin with his weird fucking voodoo magic possession bullshit. What the fuck?
I don't know. By the way, anyone still for some reason watching at this point, when we say Wizard Jesus, we mean the guy that created the maidens.
Yeah. Because he was basically Jesus, but also looked like a wizard. And didn't they refer to him as the wizard? Just the wizard?
No. I think... I know that the first part happened, but I'm not sure about the second part. But the first part is he appeared, and you acted very confused. And you're just like, "It's Jesus." I know that because I have quoted it, and it's somewhere on my Twitter. Good luck anyone trying to find it. I have a screenshot on it, so it's actually not that difficult to find. But yeah, he basically said, "It's Jesus." And then one of us mentioned he's a wizard, and then, or like, I think he, in the show, it's like, it actually says he's a wizard because apparently magic exists now. And so then we're just like, it's Wizard Jesus. And the name's stuck because I don't think he actually has a name at all.
Yeah. So to us, he's Wizard Jesus because convenience. That is one thing that this show relies heavily on is plot conveniences. Yeah, conveniences that just don't really get explained. It's just there. It works. Don't question it.
I also realized something that I didn't say in last episode that is even more bullshit with them trying to tie in the relics to the maidens. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. So so Wizard Jesus created the maidens because they were nice to him.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it.
And so that they could spread more good in the world. I think they tried to put that in as well, but basically because they were nice to him. That's why he gave them their powers. And the light and dark brother gods, we need a better name for them.
Which is just a whole new set of fantastical bullshit that what the fuck are they doing with this now?
I guess this is the thing. Anyway, they created the 4 relics. Off the top of my head, I can't remember any other than Choice, which is aligned with the Fall Maiden. Either way, but they created the 4 relics, and the reason they did this, and Crow literally stated this, not word for word, because I don't care enough to look back exactly, but they created the relics so that humanity could choose their path. And having the relics, either they're items, or they can be used, or they can be harnessed. They haven't really been clear, but they can only be like accessed, whatever that means, by the maidens themselves. So they were created in order for humanity to choose their path, but only 4 people in the entire world can use them.
And this is another fantastic example of plot convenience, because now we have 4 keys that access 4 pieces of great power, and those keys are basically just there to exist, to be sought after, fought over, and used as plot devices. That's it.
It doesn't even make sense within it. Like you it doesn't make sense. Why would 4 people have the power over? Oh my god! So
I thought the maidens were already like all powerful.
Yeah, they basically can. I believe they can just harness the power of dust without having to use dust.
Yeah.
So
now we got relics thrown into the mix.
That don't even make sense. The origin.
Well, we don't even know what they do yet, and then it's all under the
we
pretense
don't even know
of
what they are.
This is for humanity to choose its own path. Like, no, it's not, because
it's really not,
because the way you set this up, the bright and dark brother and Wizard Jesus, whoever the fuck, is you just made this into a situation where the world's gonna set itself on fire fighting over this. Like that's like the one option. That's where their path is going. Good job.
And I like how the maidens can only be younger females, so it's, I mean, younger means more influent or more easily to be influenced. Like what the fuck?
Well, I mean,
well, to an extent, it's more so than like an older person.
Yeah.
I feel like older people are more stubborn in a lot of ways. And
It's
especially
true.
if you're like trying to learn about this new thing, like yeah. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I think I don't know if this is even right, but I read somewhere that Salem doesn't actually have the relic, or like Cinder tried to get it but couldn't or something, and then some people theorize that it's either the key or the relic itself, but Ozpin's cane has something to do, because Crow and now Oscar has it. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
It seems like that could be a significant part, but at this point, it's just something we're gonna have to watch and see if they hopefully explain it.
Hopefully. My God.
Because show, you've got my interest. I am interested, but you're just teasing me, and there needs to be payoff for all of this. Please.
Yeah, it is. It's like, other than Sienna, it's showing promise, and you're improving, especially from Volume 4, and you're like setting things up. I mean, it's complete bullshit with the Maidens and Relics, but they're doing the best they can considering what they already established. For some reason, I don't know, but they're starting. It's a start. It's just,
Right.
keep going.
Well, it's still real early to tell how this is going to all turn out. But again, that move, killing her off, was very polarizing. Bullshit. Yeah, very polarizing. I'm not really sure how I feel about their decisions and the direction they're trying to take things right now, but who knows? It's just too early.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I guess that pretty much wraps that up.
Yeah, pretty much. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
How long was that episode? Like 20 minutes or something? Yeah, about 20 minutes. Yep. And now we've been recording for 54 minutes.
Well, it's a sort of podcast. People don't gotta listen to the other part. It's just us sort of commenting about how we feel.
Yeah. So to those who actually listen to all this, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more. I'm determined to just see this through since we started it. So
yeah, why not? And if the RWBY short ever comes out,
there might be an issue though.
Did you forget to start recording?
No. We're good. but the issue is SoundCloud. Unless you get premium, you are limited on how many minutes of audio you can upload. I believe the limit is 180 minutes. So,
like in total?
In total. Just in total. So I am eventually going to have to relocate some of these episodes or delete them. But I don't think I'm going to...
You could have them as YouTube videos on like a second channel. You just have the black screen.
I might have, or just put up like a graphic of some kind, but I might have to do that. For now, I'll just keep uploading to the SoundCloud for as long as I can, and then start archiving them elsewhere, probably on a separate YouTube channel. So, follow us on Twitter. Link in the description. There's a description for SoundCloud.
At Horse Gaming.
Yeah,
there's a description.
At Horse Gaming. Right, I wrote in it. God, I'm stupid. So yeah. Follow us there for updates. I'll keep you up to date with what's going on. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Anyway.
All right. Well, stay beautiful, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Stay beautiful.